Tier 2v2 Hydris Chasm. Blue side we have Mr. Ricco as a Warboss, big stompy melee commander, good at disruption, buffing and damage. Alongside OHUEVATOR as an Apothecary support commander, fights melee by default, emits a passive health regeneration aura and has a target heal by default. Red side we have Dead Mopo as a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander, fights range by default, good at harassing and capping early on with nasty tricks late game. And Serbly as a Commissar Lord, support and offensive commander, fights melee. 3 VPs up for grabs. Contested VP over on this east side. Natural for blue in the southwest and natural for red in the northwest. Sentinel on the field for Serbly, tier 1 vehicle. Tactical Marines on the field for OHUEVATOR, Commissar Lord, engage him in melee with his default shield. A bit of an early heal by the Apothecary there. Stomp on these tacks. Apothecary taking a lot of damage from that Sentinel. Orks being aggressive early on, as you'd expect, double shooters out from Mr. Ricco. Warboss taking a lot of damage. It's going to go down here, I think, and does. Early commander loss for Mr. Ricco. Guardians not looking too healthy though. Retreat with 2 members, and shooters are forced off. Big shooter on this squad. Shuriken cannon on the way for Mopo. Where are his scouts? They are being very sneaky and capping up this eastern side. Tactical Marines taking a lot of damage here. Need a heal. Really need a heal. Lose 2 models. OHUEVATOR finally heals them. Must have not had the energy. Orks are completely pushed back. 2 tactical marine losses is huge though. That's over 160 requisition just to reinforce that squad now. Scouts forced off. Assault Marines on the way for OHUEVATOR. We'll need to wait to reinforce those tacks now. Mr. Ricco rebought his commander, now trying to push back. We have a Shuriken cannon though. Now I'm angry. Angry Bits gets him in behind the Shuriken cannon, able to tie up. And this is a good push from Mr. Ricco. Shuriken cannon is out there, can now force off these Guardians pretty easily. Here comes the Warp Spider. Warboss again getting pretty low on health, trying to decap. Shooters working on this power node. 391 plays 500. Warboss dicing with danger, trying to decap. Just gets away with 94 HP. Here comes OHUEVATOR. Despite those early losses, is able to push with these Assault Marines. Assault Marines are stomped, won't stop them for long. Really need some Catachans, I think, to try and deal with those guys. Assault Marines can be a headache for Imperial Guard. Tier 2 for Serbly, no Catachans then. Shuriken cannon is setting up. So 1-0 cap for blue. Flamers on these tactical marines. They get stomped. That's no stomp for these assault marines now. Sentinel's gonna go down surely. And there it goes. Bad, bad, bad. Couple of engagements for Serbly. Warp Spider taken out as it teleports by a chain axe to the face. Serbly falling apart here, deciding to go straight to tier 2 instead of trying to counter those assault marines in tier 1. We'll see if it pays off. Maybe he can get out some Ogrins or something. Commissar Lord loses its shield. Assault marines running riot with these guardsmen. Nothing they can do. Las guns don't do much to space marines. Warboss, is he going to get away? Should do, and does. Guardians dropping like flies. Shuriken Cannon suppressing these shooters. No Guardian shields going up on this west side. Mistake from Mopo. Commissar Lord forced off now. Ogrins are on the way. Much needed durability on the field for Serbly. OHUEVATOR completely dominating this eastern side now. Literally all the way back into his base. Here are the Ogrins. Strong melee unit for Imperial Guard in tier 2. Commissar Lord should get his power sword, I think, for a bit of disruption. OHUEVATOR has now spotted those Ogrins. They are getting their boned leader. Here comes Mr. Ricco to push again against Mopo. War truck on the way. 388 phase 423. OHUEVATOR just backing off and letting Serbly recap. Scared of those Ogrins. Apothecary has his mastercrafted bolter. No war gear for either of the red commanders. Ogrins scaring off those assault marines. They do engage now though. And there's User Red knocking them down. There's the heal. Heal is now on cooldown. Ogrins turning their attention to tactical marines. Can they get a model loss? They do. Assault marines jump, and here's a Razorback forcing off those Ogrins. Mr. Ricco countering everything that Mopo has with that war truck. Now we have Wraith Guard though. Stormtroopers on the way for Serbly. OHUEVATOR pushing back. Scouts will decap and try and cap this eastern VP. Double Guardsmen can't really do much against fully upgraded assault marines. Ouch, Wraith Guard tearing these shooters apart. They can reinforce those since the war truck's there. Fully upgraded sluggers using Swampum. Ouch, taking tons of damage under wiped. Mistake from Mr. Ricco. Warboss now trying to get into range of that Shuriken Cannon, taking tons and tons and tons of damage. And it's going to go down. What is Mr. Ricco doing? Loses the war truck. Atrocious engagement for Mr. Ricco. Tactical marines forced off. They have a plasma gun, which will be good versus those Ogrins. Weird Boy now on the way for Mr. Ricco. Completely changes the face of this western side. 375 plays 342. Wraith Guard, very powerful ranged unit. Artillery, though they don't need to set up. Pretty slow though. Can't believe he tried to rush that Shuriken Cannon twice. Weird Boy on the field, sub-commander for Orks. Lots of damaging and destructive spells. Also a very handy artillery attack. Warp Vomit misses everything. OHUEVATOR pushing back. Serbly did cap though. Anti-armor kit on the stormtroopers, giving them melter guns, which are good versus all targets, not just armor. Commissar Lord in melee with assault marines, has his bionic eye and stubbornness. Apothecary forced off. Good play from Serbly, making the Apothecary force fall back. No regen aura for these guys now. Assault Marine's still pretty beastly. Apothecary heals himself. Now has improved medical equipment. Ogrins in melee with assault marines. Apothecary's forced off, no heal for them. Now going after tactical marines. Merciless strike misses. Assault marines can't jump away now. Gonna get caught in retreat by Ogrins, might lose a member. And DoW might lose 2 members. Ogrins pretty speedy once they get going. And DoW, good engagement for Serbly. Warboss went down yet again, trying to rush a shuriken cannon again, it looks like. Warp Vomit stuns these Wraith Guard. Ouch, and 1 member goes down under double shooter fire. Orks jumping in amongst them. Wraith Guard forced to retreat here. Sub-commander for Eldar on the field. Fights melee by default, very quick on her feet, knocking down units as well. Double shooters versus double guardians. Now hitting Mr. Ricco's power. He's going tier 3, so is OHUEVATOR. Ogrins have really helped Serbly on this east side. 219 plays 335, triple cap for red. Guardians level 2, triple guardians for Mopo. Orks needs to be careful in melee with shooters. She's forced to retreat. Now a 2-to-1 for red. Here come the Ogrins. Full auto used on one of the members. Apothecary is going to go down here surely. Heals himself, but goes down on retreat. Made a beeline for him, and they can now recap. Knobs on the way from Mr. Ricco. More stormtroopers on the way for Serbly. Mr. Ricco completely pushed back here. Shuriken Cannon taking weird boy hits. Here comes the Knob Squad.
We'll figure that boost right out.
And these are Terminators called down by OHUEVATOR. Super heavy infantry, cannot retreat. Inspire nearby units every time they kill something. Have Storm Bolters and Power Fists by default. Here comes a crap ton of Eldar though. They teleport into these Wraith Guard and force melee with their Power Fists. Here come Knobs. And it's a full retreat from Mopo. Mines dropped by Serbly. Won't do anything because there's a shooter boy knob which will detect all of that stuff. Here comes Serbly to help out. Orks forced off immediately. Tier 3 for red team now. Assault Marines lose a member to these Ogrins, now in melee with Terminators. Here comes Mopo to back him up. Out Wraith Guard. Gotta be careful not to get friendly fire on these Ogrins. Orks jumps in, disrupting this stuff. Here come the Knobs though. Use your choppers on these knobs. This is a really dead Ogryn squad. Retreated early and gets away. D-cannon on the way for Mopo. Artillery unit. Warboss is up. Guardsman forced off. Stormtroopers doing really nice damage to him though. He has his cyborg implants. 88 pays 319. Can the blue team pull this out? They have knobs, they have terminators. Autarch is idle. That's a singularity, is it? It is. Ouch. Almost wiping those knobs. Down to 2 members. Autarch is chasing. And 1 more goes down. Autarch won't be able to finish them off. Terminators do finish her off. Triple power fist to the face. Speaking of power fist, we have the fist of Brockus on the Commissar Lord. Terminators teleport away. East is now blue again. 2-1 for blue team. Orks Spider Exarch being revived by the Commissar Lord. Should level him to 4. And does. Level 2 Apothecary, level 3 Warboss. Level 2 Orks Spider Exarch has his improved targeters. Also getting his phase armor. This should be interesting. East is going to be blue again. Manticore on the way for Serbly. Blues have a chance, they really do. Ogryns and Eldar pushing the west side. There's a Manticore strike. Warboss charges in. That's none shall fall from the Commissar Lord. Warboss gets away this time, so do Knobs. Ogryns very low on HP. Still have all 4 members. Terminators have their assault cannon. Very effective against individual targets. Also suppresses. Inspire determination on these Ogryns. They do double damage and improve speed. Also heals them. These Terminators in huge amounts of trouble, getting no heal from the Apothecary. Ouch, good grenade though. And there's full auto, allowing the Terminator to get away. Here come Guardsman though. Ogryn staying in the fight. Now retreat. Guardsmen have their plasmas, good versus heavily armoured Space Marines. Here comes Mr. Ricco. Knobs are gonna rush this shuriken cannon. Double D cannons on the field for Mopo. Warboss in range of 1. And they're gonna be forced off here. 78 plays 274. Serbly's gonna take east though. None shall fall, and the Apothecary runs away. Assault Marines jump away. Blues are power starved here. So are the Reds pretty much. Knobs managed to decap, and now the Warp Spider Exarch can try and cap again. 70 pays 274. OHUEVATOR floating nice amounts of requisition. Only has 2 Assault Marine models in this squad. Really don't want to get into melee with Ogryns. There's Use Your Red.
They strike from behind us.
Don't rely.
Ogryns go after the Apothecary, and he's going to go down here, and does. OHUEVATOR very late to react. Oberyn's going all the way into base. Inspired determination. Insane with Oberyn's. 51 plays 274. Here comes the Warboss to the east side. First time we've seen him over here. Here's a big stomp. Nanshao 4. Warboss in trouble if the Commissar Lord can get into melee with him. And there he goes. 34 plays 274. Surely the Reds have this. Here come Knobs. And full retreat from Serbly. Here's a Manticore Strike though. Right on the face of these Knobs. They don't lose a model, have their Knob Leader too. Looks like Blues have lost it. And there's the triple into double cap, and Reds win back and forth game. Mr. Ricco very sloppy with his losses mid-game. Unbelievable what he did, rushing that Shuriken Cannon twice. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.